Oh my God. You need another pen?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. All right.
Let's do it.
Straight. Ain't no book of nose, nothing like
No,
that.
no.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. Really? I know you ain't got that live.
Yeah, I was about to say, you should have kept that comment to yourself right there.
Wow.
You know what?
What did he say?
Some children you wish you had put up.
I just heard knocking right. I'm not tripping right.
What?
I just heard knock.
Did you hear what?
You don't hear that?
What?
No, something wrong with y'all. Now, I told y'all this house is funny. Y'all don't hear knocking?
We are live.
Not only that.
Can you? Oh,
sorry.
Hi. How y'all doing?
Hey, we are okay. Let's go.
Yes. Welcome to another episode of Expressed Opinion. I am your girl, Lynn Roberts.
I'm that girl, DC.
And Big C.
Big C. Well, as you can see, we are -1 right now. Miss Prime, she is out for the count for right now, but she'll be back. You know, she out of commission. Hold up, tank. But she'll be back. Hopefully she'll be back next week. And also we got your boy T. Roy. He said he's gonna be back on the scene. So we're gonna see how this goes.
Full house.
Yeah, we're gonna be have a full deck of cards. Oh my God.
We'll have a full deck of something.
Huh?
We'll have a full deck of something.
Okay. Yeah, that for sure. That is definitely for sure.
We will be with the it.
All the way.
So how is everyone doing? How was everybody's week so far?
Hey.
Listen, I think we had 5 full moons.
What?
That's the way people have been operating, and you know, full moons happen to alter people's mental state, and it's just been all over the place. You know, I got to receive some popped up news and still, processing, but all in all, I'm here. My family, they well, so no complaints.
Yeah, that's better, right?
No complaints.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, okay. And Cease, how is it?
Oh man, everything's good with me. I'm just
everything's copacetic, all right.
Copacetic.
Okay.
I'm busy as heck, but copacetic.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Lord knows I know the feeling.
Right.
I don't know. So busy, you like, good Lord.
Right? Like, what's in?
Wait a minute now.
No, see, what had happened was she had a little spell where she had a little bit of rest and relaxation.
Didn't know what to do with herself afterwards.
And we get just tossed back in, not gradually, but just
Look,
deep.
when you say God open the floodgates and he say, okay, like, okay, wait a minute now.
Wait.
Slowly open them. Slow. Slow. Okay, we good, but slow.
Be specific.
Right.
So y'all got jokes on your plan.
Because man, look, let me tell you, when I say I think things are full throttle, I can't even say it. Full throttle. All the way around. But yeah, look, mind you, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I'm busy. You know, things get busy. That's all. And then they got me running for a contest and stuff. So y'all, let me tell y'all something. I said if you need me to help, that's what I said. Didn't say I'll run for queen. Those weren't my words. I said I'd help.
Well, you wasn't specific.
Right.
They needed a queen.
The help they needed was a contestant.
Exactly. She wasn't. Once again.
Look here.
You have to learn your specifics.
They got me doing a fundraiser. Let me tell you, this ain't no joke. This is not a joke.
The work will pay off. That's
look, and while you're watching, if you want to donate, feel free to donate to Queens Court 11. Queens Court 11, that's the Cash App. That's the Cash App, Queens Court 11, for the fundraiser we're doing for the scholarship fund for the high school children that's trying to go to college, okay?
Help them babies
Not
out.
the children, but the children.
The children.
We're trying to get the children in college. So that is the fundraiser that we're doing. And you can donate at Queens Court 11. That's the Cash App. $ Queens Court 11. Please donate. Anything, any amount is welcome, okay? If you ain't got but $5.12, I'll take it. You know, hell, I'll take 12 cents. It don't matter. I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm not discriminating at all. If that's all you got and you want to give, I'll gladly take it and be appreciative of it. All right?
Pass the collection page.
Hey,
That's it.
I'm not mad at all. I'm taking any and all. There you go. All right, we're gonna get into the headlines. Y'all, it's been some crazy stuff going on around here. I don't know if you all heard about the four Black Americans that went to Mexico and ended up getting kidnapped. Now, this was some cray-cray stuff. This was some cray-cray stuff. Two of the individuals ended up being killed. But actually, it was Latavia Tay McGee. She was taking a trip. She was going to get a tummy tuck, y'all. She was going to get a procedure, a tummy tuck, and she was going with her cousin Shaid Woodard and a couple of friends, Zendel Brown and Eric James Williams. And she had told the news staff that she was warned. Her mother warned her about going to these different countries to try to have these procedures, and then and she said that her mother told her about all the different stuff that could go wrong. And just so happens her mother was correct. And on the day of her appointment, she called her mother 15 minutes ahead of her appointment time. And before that, right after that, they were accosted. 3 men were driving in a white minivan when they rushed them and just started firing. They started firing at the van and that's how the two of them ended up getting killed. Woodard and Brown, both of them were the two that were killed, and all 4 of them were taken out of the van. And then the Mexican officials said that they were trying to find them in a series of different locations because they kept moving them.
Right.
And then they finally found them by a guard, somebody that was guarding them, and they arrested the guard. And the two survivors ended up being transported back to Texas, and then they were escorted by the Mexican military and the National Guards. And the 2 deceased individuals returned to their families. They will be returned to their families following their forensics exams, and they're in the morgue. And they're still in Mexico right now at the present time. And I mean, man, this is crazy. It said the shootings illustrated that the terrorism and stuff and the violence and stuff that prevails in these cities where these drug cartels are very prominent. And so the Mexican president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, he said that the people responsible, they are going to be punished. And it's just crazy. But this is the thing. So I was reading up, trying to get some more information on this, right? So the cartel said this all took place, and America has been saying that, you know, they're going to start putting more sanctions on them and going after these people, going after these cartels. Why the cartel basically point fingers like little kids talking about they did it.
They start snitching off rip. They ain't even playing with you. They start snitching off rip.
Yeah.
Hey, look, the cartels put 4 people like, hey, them folks.
Yep.
Lock them up.
Yeah.
Lock them up. Get them.
Wait. Are you saying that the cartel has told who was responsible for it?
I don't know if they were exactly responsible for it, but the cartel.
But they got 4 people going to jail.
All 4 going to jail.
I was about to say that.
Well, you know, that's only to prevent them from digging into their business.
And then not only that, they apologized.
But it's not even digging into their business.
They apologized.
The United States military are not nice people when they clock in. And you about to send the whole U.S. military here? Hey man, get them people. Get them
for real though.
We don't need that fight. We don't need that fight right now.
Yeah, because they're going to be interrupting their business.
Right.
So.
Well, did you hear about with all of that going on? Did you hear about what the president said about the media and how they were saying, you know, how dangerous it is to go to certain places to visit, and the media is spewing, you know,
propaganda.
Things about, you know, be careful because it's dangerous, and the president responded to that to the media.
What did he say?
He was like, you're broadcasting everything over here, and it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not broadcasting when the Mexicans get killed in the United States.
Oh yeah, and talking about the Black Lives Matter. Yeah,
the Black Lives Matter. Like, you know, okay, you not, that's not nothing you're like, you know, really putting out there.
If they really use the same rubric that they use for foreign countries
Energy
in America, we would be a dangerous place to come to.
Mm-hmm.
We would be considered a very dangerous place to come to. And yes or no, it's dangerous per se, but we don't mess with people coming in for tourists. Mm-hmm. But there's also other great resources out there.
Or for BBLs or tummy tucks. And then that's the funny part. Well, it's not funny, but you're going to mistake these four people talking about you thought they were Haitian drug dealers coming in on your territory. When they
you trying to get a BBL? You trying to be a Haitian drug dealer?
No, well, actually, they believed. Well, it was a fight going on already,
right,
in between the same cartel. So they have, and they believe they got caught up in that.
Right, they was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Right, and that's what. That's what they're.
Well,
saying.
they are saying that part of Mexico is one of the most dangerous parts of
What's
Mexico.
Juarez?
Montezuma. No, it wasn't
Montezuma.
No,
Montezuma.
Media.
I'm just saying.
Holy
Look, it's something with an M.
Wow.
And it's got about 10 letters behind it.
Yeah.
I know it's MATA something.
My Petropoulos something. Yeah, like that. Somewhere in there. Y'all look it up. Anywho, they were saying that, you know, if you're going to go to these countries like this, you need to do your research.
And it's not hard. Go to the State Department website.
And it'll tell you,
people,
do not go.
Right. It's kind of hot right now.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Yeah. You know, the block is hot. The block is hot. Stay your ass home.
Right.
You know, and then the other side of that is you looking at, because this is not, I mean, this is, I guess this portion right here is an isolated incident where they're getting kidnapped into, you know, getting caught in the middle of a drug war or whatever. But it also adds to the stories that we hear all the time about people going to other countries, women especially, going to other countries to get these procedures done. And it's like, okay, how many times do you have to hear a story about somebody going over to another country and not coming back? Be it because of something like this or be it because of the botched surgery, regardless.
Well, it kind of messed up my dreams.
How so?
I was going to get this pregnancy down to.
No way.
Dead serious.
How many months are you?
About 30.
Yeah.
Look, I got the most important question.
Who the mama?
Who the baby mama?
Who the mama? Who the mama?
Who that baby mama?
Who that baby? Costco was a gift feeding me food.
Costco's coming for you.
But seriously though, I mean, you think about it. You hear all of these stories all the time about people going overseas or across the water to the DR and all of these places to get these BBLs, tummy tucks, breast augmentation, and all of this other kind of stuff. My question, and then they're trying to get it at a cut rate price. But if my thing is, if you going, okay, number one, you spending the money to go over there. So you got to look at this. I look at it like this. You got to look at the plane ticket to get over there, hotel stay, plus the cost of the surgery. For all of that, you could have stayed here and got it done, if you think about it. Because, first of all, that plane ticket is not going to be cheap.
That's the part, round trip.
And then you got to stay in the hotel because you're supposed to stay there depending on what you got.
Hours.
No, they tell you got to be there at least a week.
Woo.
So think of that hotel cost.
Cause I had one friend that went over. He got.
I don't know if you have to stay completely a week.
Yeah, because you have to do
24 hours.
Where you go.
What you get
but
done.
See, the thing about it is because you're supposed to do a 24-hour follow-up. And then after that, you have like a 3-4 day follow-up after that to make sure that your healing process has begun and is being healed, you're healing properly.
And the good thing about this friend, his doctor recommended the doctor he went to, and his 24-hour follow-up was back in the States with his doctor.
That's different.
So you want to schedule and try to see if you can get your doctor to refer you out. You may not end up in those dangerous areas.
Well, now, a lot of doctors, when a procedure is performed, they don't like to follow up because if anything goes wrong,
exactly,
they gotta fix it.
Yep.
You know, once they
inherited the problem, right? It's yours.
Yeah, exactly. But more so when you go over, like, what could make you want to go to a third world or a country to have an augmentation done to your body and be okay? It's called for, the prices are cheaper for a reason. You know, the care that you can receive you on, and by no means do we say the 110 in the United States is, you know, oh, they perfect and people die here too from all different things. They do. But you're adding risk you're adding fuel to an already burning fire.
Well, this should be a wake-up call even to American surgeons. One of the most highly paid doctors out there are plastic surgeons. Now, do you want to get rich off of one person or get it off of 1 million people? Now, you're seeing that this is a thing that's blowing up. Bring your prices down and bring all these people back home.
Exactly.
You'll get all that and work out something with their primary care. We'll do the surgery. You guys do the follow-up. They'll be glad to do that. Everybody gets paid. Everybody's happy.
Greed.
Right, exactly. It's absolute greed. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the word I'm trying not to jump to, but she said
greed is not going to allow that to happen because they're going to pinch every nickel, penny, dime, whatever.
Hey, we're looking at this inflation.
From that penny.
Yep.
Looking at this inflation? I mean, come on, man. I used to go to Costco's, fill my card up. I got in there and got like 6 items and was hitting 150. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, the grocery store, oh my God.
Just ridiculous.
I put like 5 items in the basket.
Why is $100
that bad boy came up like $60. I'm like, for real though?
Right. You start hitting 100 like it's nothing now. Before $100, carts were full.
Man, please. I would have 2 carts with $100.
Sam, right? You used to buy the 218 count for like 3 something. Now it's 6 or 5. I know it's either $5 or $6 for one.
18 count what?
18 count. What? 1 18 count. You used to get 2, but like 3 it was like $3.23.
No, 18 count what? Chicken?
What are you talking about? The eggs?
Oh, 18 count eggs.
Oh my God.
You know, you would have 2 18 count. It'll be so nice.
And that's the funny part because
now they take it out and they went up on the price.
I'm one of the people who have never paid attention to my dairy. Just put it in the cart.
No, I bet you pay attention now. Shoot.
Not that
like, I'm like Chris Rock. How much for an egg?
You know what it costs now for a chicken run free? For some cage-free eggs?
Okay.
You know, people are not buying chicken. They are buying.
Here's when you know it's bad. When your housing homeowner association puts out, you cannot have chickens in your backyard.
See, that's why you called me to find a house without an HOA, so you can get your chickens in your backyard. Shoot. Because I was I was looking for some chickens. I was like, Because I was thinking about that. I was like, shoot, get some chickens, get about
throw a couple of them in the backyard?
Get a couple of hens and a rooster.
But what?
Man, please. It was taking me back to my days of growing up in the country. And shoot, go and get them eggs out that dog.
Yeah, fresh eggs.
Shoot, fresh eggs, right from the coop to the stove. Shoot, but yeah, so my thing is, when you go to these countries, just be careful. Do your research on them. And if there's a alert for those countries or how they do the flag system or whatever, if they have a red flag but do not go, stay your ass home or go somewhere else, okay?
One thing I give America, you can say a lot of things about this country, but they come get their people. They are coming to get their people, whether they're black, white, or other. Don't make them send the military in.
Okay.
They gonna come get their
They was
property.
like, once they, but that was so funny. The way they said.
threw the people out on the bus.
Okay. That was.
Hold on, wait a minute, what?
Man.
The four
They
people
did
they
it
grabbed, I
Hold on,
swear to you.
You're talking about the ones who did the kidnapping.
Right.
Accused of.
Accused of.
Not, what is that? Yeah, accused of kidnapping.
Man, they couldn't even get, we're sending the
We are
military
sending
out.
them right there.
They couldn't even get that out good.
Them
So
folks.
they have who they believe are the actual
Believe.
kidnappers.
The cartel gave them
They gave them to
4
them.
bodies.
Here you go. They did it.
Take
Now,
them.
let me tell you the underline. That's, people have this loyalty thing
Mm-hmm.
to certain things. Please understand, they got put against the wall, you became a casualty.
Yep. And see, the thing about it is,
Right.
just because
Absolutely.
they turned
the funny
over
part.
those 4 does not mean
they did it.
no, doesn't mean that the investigation is over.
Oh, no.
They're still
They
investigating.
want the real bodies.
They want, yes. They're like, okay, thank you, we'll take
We'll
them,
take
but
them, but
we
we
still
gonna
coming
get the
after
real
the rest.
bodies.
We coming after y'all too. So, oh well, that little coup
Because
didn't
they're going
work.
to question them citizens and be like, what they look like?
Yep, they look like.
You're talking about a cartel, do you think those people gonna talk?
Oh, the cartel don't have to talk.
No, I'm talking about the people in the community or whatever. If they know it's the cartel, those people are not going to.
You would be surprised how
Mm.
dogged these countries are. You remember the Olympics
Mm-hmm.
a while back? It got bombed, not our
Oh
Olympics.
yeah, I
Munich.
remember. Yeah, Munich.
You know what they did? Oh, they waited years and got their best agents and hunted down every person that had anything to do with it.
Mm.
They hunted
Well,
every single one of them
I
down.
sincerely hope whoever did it is brought to justice, because now you have grieving families. And the
Mhm.
thing, the idea that the loved one's hasn't even been brought home.
Mm.
They are their autopsy or,
Yeah.
the forensics is being done on them in Mexico.
Mhm. So
So,
all I can say is just be alert, y'all. Just be
Yeah,
safe.
please.
Be careful when you go into these
Really
things.
see if
Okay.
it's worth it.
Exactly. Is it worth it? Ask that. Cause look, when I go get mine, I'm not going across no water or nothing like that. I'm making sure I do my I will research. I'll find out who your mama was.
And already
Who your
told me.
daddy and your ancestors and all your board certification, what grades you
Thank
made
you,
in
right.
school.
Did you
I'm
get-
looking at all of that. How many days of school you missed? Cause just in case you missed that day, that the procedure that I want, I'm gonna need you to go back and get that day.
Get that education.
Yes, I'm gonna need you to go back and get that. I don't care if you had the sniffles or whatever. I'm gonna need you to go back to class and get that little education right there that you need to perform this on me. So I'm just saying. All right, we're gonna move on. That's just my little tidbit. But we're about to move on to Big C's tidbit, and I thought you knew.
Ooh. Now, this one is hit home, and I'm going to pound it again. Know your rights, laws, and everything else, because people will steal it from you in your face, tell you don't have it. So, story time.
Okay.
Walk into our beautiful court system, have business to do inside the courthouse,
Mm-hmm.
and I whisper to a lady, I need a pat down.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, what? I need a pat down. She decides to, on the top of her voice, just start, what do you need a pat down? Do you have this, that, inside, or, I'm like, ma'am, first of all, you can't ask me none of those questions. It's called HIPAA.
Mm-hmm.
You are now violating my HIPAA.
Mm-hmm.
While all of her colleagues at the door stood there quiet, and one little white gentleman walked by and go, we are exempt from that.
And since when?
And I'm like, if a federal judge is not exempt from protecting my HIPAA rights, how are you, sir?
Mm-hmm.
So mind you now, the whole group of people behind me are now frozen. They're standing there listening and watching. This now becomes insanely embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Because now the people know they're going, what he got then?
Mm-hmm.
What he got going on? Now it's like, wow. Now I got to go through this with you.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you for a pat down. I just told you you're violating my HIPAA. Can we? Now I have to bring this up and make it a bigger issue than what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But I have things in moving along in the process to make it so that they'll never forget that they are responsible to protect my rights and not to do that to anyone else. And the thing is, I had to bring back was I shouldn't have to say who I am. I feel cheap when I do that.
Yeah.
I hate to do that. I don't want to reveal none of that. Oh, I got friends here and there. That's cheap.
Friends.
Just so that you can, I have to do that so you can give me my basic rights. If I was white, how would that have played out? Nobody would have questioned that. Oh, hey, just give me a pat down. Oh, yes, sir, let me pat you all the way down. It's anybody's business. Now you want to know everything about my medical history in front of all these people. That's what I'm saying, America. Know your rights. And the officers who stood there quiet,
they knew.
I was livid with them too.
Because they didn't say anything.
Right. I'm like, you are worse than these people. You know better, and you said nothing and did nothing. So officers out there, this is to you too. When you stand by and watch things happen that you know is wrong, you are 10 times worse than the person who did it. Because you know better, and you could have stopped it, you could have intervened. But you just sat there quietly and then wonder why people have issues with police.
Well, what happened with the lady?
Oh, the young lady that worked for that specific law enforcement service, she's sitting there still going off and making light of the whole situation of what HIPAA, what is going on? And I'm like, lady, first of all, lower your voice. This was communication.
When you said the word HIPAA,
she should have shouted,
ding.
I'm like, nobody here understands what HIPAA laws is. No. Then this young white gentleman goes, we are exempt from that. Now, if you don't know your rights, that's what's going to happen to you at any stop or anything else when they go, we're going to search your vehicle, and you say, no, sir, get a warrant.
Hold on, let's be clear. When he said we're exempt, make sure that he was in your favor and not her favor. What was it?
Oh, what?
That happened on live.
And the chair came up, people.
I asked you that you.
So what happened was.
You okay?
Oh, God, he did!
Hold on. First of all, he didn't hit the blow.
Get off the hall with Lindy!
Save the cops.
Oh, God!
At all costs.
In the chair.
The cup cannot go down, people! We must save the cup!
Oh, my God.
I'm glad because he didn't hit the floor. He was like, okay, but you never hit the floor, so I was like,
I'm a professional drinker.
Lord have mercy.
Yes, be.
And we back.
That's a blooper. That is definitely going on the blooper wheel.
Yeah, no, that's live right there. That's no blooper, that's live.
No, we can clip that one little part out.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's clip that one little part out. Okay.
Oh, no, so when they say he's exempt, he's saying law enforcement.
That's viral.
Okay, when the person came over and said, we are exempt, was the person in your defense or
No,
was
He was in the defense of the
the
lady.
law enforcement. He's saying law enforcement is exempt from these laws.
from your HIPAA rights?
Right.
I mean, you know how to
he can violate my HIPAA rights.
That's bullshit.
Federal judges cannot compel you without your express permission for your HIPAA rights. No one can.
No, that's the thing.
So how is it he all of a sudden can?
Exactly.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna go ahead because I work in medical. I've worked in medical records.
Me too.
And the only way anything like that it has to be subpoenaed, and they will not disclose everything. They will only disclose
specifically what you asked for.
Exactly. So you are not exempt. So if you have a medical issue, you cannot. So nobody can say, "Oh, you forced to tell me," because no. No, you stick with your no. Let them do what they're gonna do. Get you an attorney and go after that. Listen, and when I say I would look.
I worked in medical records.
If I don't know anything else, I set up a medical record. So if I don't know anything else, I learned a great deal about that. Even if your doctor was to go, if they could talk about specific things. They can't just give you we did this.
Oh, here's the whole record.
No, you can't do that. You have to sign off to have, if you want your whole record, you gotta sign, literally,
There's a lot of
physically
documentation.
sign off on that.
And this is even between one doctor and the next. I'm prior military, and you know how you move from one doctor to the next in different states. They're not sending your record over. You have to sign up that we're gonna transfer your record to this doctor.
Yep.
For those who don't know, when you go in and they give you a little stack of papers in there,
One of them is for HIPAA.
One is a release of information.
Act, right?
You can tell them the specific
Yep.
doctor, or you can say to any medical staff that is treating you for your care. That means if you go to any doctor and that doctor requests your information, they got that release in there, and you have to went in and specifically checked off what they could release or who they could release it to, and you leave it general, they can send for anything they want. So please read the fine print when you're at your doctor's office filling out paperwork. Just an FYI.
Yeah, these people have me airing my business in front of everybody. Tell me what you got. What are you wearing? You can't ask me that. All you have to do is just pat down. I don't have to tell you nothing.
Yep.
You know, so, and with that BBL need to happen.
That is not a BBL.
Oh, that's BBL?
No, that's a tummy tuck.
How did it end?
Well, I went to their supervisor. Now I'm talking to a captain, and I got two other supervisors I'll be contacting Monday. I kept going up the chain.
So they kept trying to tell you what they did was
the only thing I want me to make me whole is I want a written apology, and I also want in that written apology the statement of why they should be protecting people's HIPAA when they come through that front door. So because obviously they weren't trained on that.
Apparently.
Because this white man is telling me that they're exempt. Your law enforcement agency is exempt.
No, since when?
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I need you to, the only way I'll stop is with a written apology.
No, the only way you'll stop is where you show me in writing
that
where
they have
you all
been trained.
exempt.
Right, where you exempt. Show me where you exempt.
Yeah, show me in writing where you all exempt
right up the chain of
from
command.
this.
And I'm one of the people, when I get started, I don't stop. I can turn into a real butthole real fast.
So let me ask you something. Okay, so let's say that you say she said that you told her that you needed a pat down, and she stepped you to the side and say, is it medical reason? Would you have answered just yes or no, or you would have been?
Now if she asked me that quietly, I probably would have even told her why. Because in that pat down, there was a certain other part that had to be considered too. So I'd have been like, yeah, look, this is what I got going on. And went over there and be like, when they pat me down, this is what needs to be done. We're good. And it would have been quiet and only you knew. It's not like I had a problem with telling law enforcement, but I don't want the rest of the day going community to know what my issues were.
Because wait a minute, what day was this? Because I was just down there.
Tuesday.
You was slipping. You was on the wrong day.
I came with
I should have
went on the wrong.
The whole front of that courtroom erupted for at least 5 minutes.
Wait a minute. What time Tuesday?
Like 9 o'clock.
Oh, no wonder. Yeah.
The whole thing, like literally for a good 5-6 minutes, we were going at it back and forth. All these other people sitting there. I'm like, so you guys don't know HIPAA then? You don't know HIPAA. And all I asked was for a pat down. I've been in other situations, other places, airports, whatever, and go, hey, I can't do it. They're like, oh, no, that's fine, sir. Come on over here. You need to tell me what you got going on. I'll pat you down. So what happens is at the end of the day, it still meets what they need to do in securing that building, making sure I'm not bringing anything in. You patted me down. Or I walk through your metal detector with no pat down and get past. Metal detectors are flawed, too. I'm actually doing you a better favor by patting me down.
Wow. Dang, see? Well, hey.
But this goes with people understanding and knowing their rights, and that's just that issue. That tells me there's a bigger issue going on where us as Black people are being violated by these people, our constitutional rights, and we don't understand them or know them or have enough information to be able to fight back or say something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but what's even crazy? A dog.
Got more rights than you.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
You can walk with
Absolutely.
a dog anywhere as long as they have that little
You have his
tag or
tag on
But
him.
you know what? And
You got
then a
his
lot of
shots.
these damn dogs that they be bringing in the restaurants and stuff. Let me tell y'all something. See,
Oh,
this is
don't
a pet
start
peeve.
that.
Let me tell y'all something. Just because they y'all little dogs and you think them they family and all of that other kind of stuff, let me tell you something. We got a dog, okay? But my dog is not going with me to no damn restaurant, not going in the grocery store, they not going in Target, they not going in Wally World, they not going anywhere. You know where they going? On that back patio until I bring my behind back here to let them back in the house. When you got them dogs on dog, you don't know if you have people who have dog allergies. And you bringing these dogs out in public and around other people, you don't know what other people got going on. And then you bringing them in a restaurant with dog hair flying all over creation. I wish I would be sitting up here trying to eat my meal, and then next thing you know, I see a dog hair in my damn plate. You paying for my damn meal, and then you gonna pay for me to get another damn meal because I ain't eating that one.
Now let me help with that there. And this is where knowing rights come in. See, these white folks understand that you cannot ask them about that dog. And and what they're exploiting is a right that people with medical issues have, which is they have trained animals that come in with them, and those animals have to act and perform a certain way. Thing is, if the dog walks in the place and their dog sniff you, automatically that's not a dog. That's not a therapy dog, and it's not a trained what was it called?
Support dog.
Support animal.
Mm-hmm.
They have to have there's a certain, but you cannot ask them that because that animal is considered a prosthesis. That is a HIPAA issue. So white people caught on and was like, "Ooh, well, I'm gonna take Fluffy every damn where." And disrupt everybody. I'm gonna walk around every store, and as soon as somebody come up to me and say, "Sir, you can't have that dog in here," you can't ask me that. You don't know if this dog is a medical animal or not.
It's like we were in a restaurant. You know what I'm talking about. We was in a restaurant. This woman had her dog in there, and see, like you said, you can tell a trained dog from a support dog. Right. Yes. This dog all over the place, been barking at people, almost bit somebody, and it's like,
absolutely not. That dog's out of control.
You need to get your damn dog, because this is not no support animal. You're gonna be paying some support if this dog bite me. I'm just letting you know, because this dog about to cost you some money.
That same thing irritates me to no end, and it irritates me because when I see it, I think about veterans.
Mm-hmm.
I being one of them, I am prescribed one of those dogs. I've had one of those dogs and have been chastised, walking around with a trained animal, and people go, "Hey," I'm like, "Well, you didn't speak to him. My dog has a vest on. It says, 'Do not pet me. I am at work.'" This person walked in with Fluffy sniffing around all over the day.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
On,
miss me with all of that.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Miss me, because if your dog come over here to me, I don't care what kind of vest he got on, and the dog ain't your dog gonna have some problems. He gonna be missing an eye tooth or something.
Take your dog to the courthouse.
Yeah.
That will just go to new levels.
Okay.
Because he's like walking there with it.
Like
this is a prescribed animal. It is trained. You can't ask papers. Oh, that's my favorite one. So when I first came to Georgia and I rented, and I had my animal here, and I come in, and he's like, the lady says, "Show me your papers."
Can't ask.
I'm like, "I'm sorry, no such thing exists." Now, if I want to be nice, I will give you the prescription that I have from my doctor, but I don't have to give you anything, and you can't ask.
Exactly.
But they're on me like, "Oh, you're gonna pay this $500 a month doggy rent."
The devil is a lie.
So I called my doctor, and he went off on the phone with them. He was like, "I'm not telling you anything, but I know that he's supposed to have it, and that's all I got for you."
But guess what? And it's not. Let me get this right. It's not just white people doing this.
No.
It's everyone.
We like to follow suit on stupidity.
Yeah.
And we need to stop following suit on stupidity.
Every culture, just about.
Yep.
And stop. And you're infringing on other people with that. When your animal is not properly trained. At one point, my son is very afraid of animals.
Mm-hmm.
And if your dog comes sniffing my son and I kick it, I'm sorry. But if that was a trained animal, it wouldn't be doing that.
Exactly.
It is trained not to.
Look, I'm going to tell you, when I worked for public transportation, and like I said, every year we used to have to do the St. Patrick's Day shuttles and stuff. And you would get people trying to get these little dogs on the bus. And I had a couple of people, and I was like, look, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you, I don't play them games. I don't play them games. Look, no, I ain't violating shit. Look, your dog is in your backpack. Ain't nowhere in the hell he's supporting you.
What are you supporting?
Look, you ain't getting on this bus with that dog. One tried to hide the dog to get on the bus. Excuse me. Yeah. Take the dog home, and you go home with the dog, because y'all not getting on here. Had one dog, look, I sure did. Then you had one dude, just like you said, if the dog was trained, he wouldn't be, the dog jumping all up and all over people. I'm like, what is you doing? Where you going with that dog? Talking about wild animal. No, you not. You not getting on this bus. I'm like, he's talking about, but it's a support animal. I said, what is it supporting? Because it ain't supporting you, not going all over, running all over creation. It's in training. Okay, well, come back when he trained, and you're not getting on here.
And that's the other part. There's a law for that too. If it's in training, put an in training vest on it. That dog does not have rights. It does not. What it allows you to do is take it out in public and train it when there's distraction around, but it does not have the right that a trained animal has. Yeah, there's no right for it.
St. Patrick's Day was a distraction.
Right, you just walking around.
But he ain't trained.
But he ain't have no vest on.
But he can't get on her bus.
And he ain't have no vest on either.
Right, put a vest on that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you probably could go on Amazon and order one.
It's not hard.
Okay, and I think they need to make some tighter restrictions on them support dogs and all that kind of stuff. So that's just
me. Man, start hitting out ID cards now, just to get people right. Okay. Put an ID card around your neck.
That's crazy.
Well, I do think that they need to streamline that, because I get it. He's a support dog and a therapy dog are two different
animals. Yes. Right.
Yes.
Support and therapy. Therapy has no benefit. I thought therapy was the dog that...
no, therapy has no benefit. Support animal does.
Support animal. Okay. Well, the therapy dog is the dog that needs to stay home. Your support dog, and they need to streamline the two. Yeah. If you have a support dog, I do think because you have the dog, don't say what your issue is.
Right, of course.
It just says that something could be wrong. It doesn't have to be mental. It could be physical. You have some that are keen when you get ready to have seizures. It just says this dog is necessary.
They can smell you.
It does not have the proper vest, and I think it needs to be, I don't know what, CDC certified. I don't know. But it needs to have something that warrants. It says this is a legit support dog.
Exactly.
Put a vest on it, right?
Listen, if you having panic attacks, maybe you don't need to be a St. Patrick's Day.
Exactly.
It's a gang of people out there. You understand me?
It's gonna be right.
If it's a support dog and you don't want to be in the rest, you want to go out to eat, go to McDonald's, get something to drive through and go on to the house.
Yep.
But a person trying to sit down and eat and hit on this big, the dogs are huge as heck.
Okay.
I'm talking about the tail pass by your table
and knock you over.
They're supposed to be wagging all that.
No, I've seen people with Great Dane support dogs. You know what they're for? I mean, therapy. Wait, which one? Support. That animal is made to lift you up so they can stand up. That's why they get those massive dogs.
Yeah.
And they are, and when I say very well mannered, they wouldn't much look at you because they're more worried about the person
yeah.
that they're dealing with,
Mm-hmm.
because they're at work. When that vest comes off, it's a pet.
Yeah.
And the dog knows the difference. When he clicks that vest on, that dog switches into work mode.
Wow.
The first movie I saw where, you know, the seizure was where the little girl was born to be a donor for her sister. I cannot remember the name of that movie.
I remember.
The lawyer, she was suing for her independence.
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted to sue to have her own rights.
Mm-hmm.
And the lawyer had a dog. And in the court, he was going to have a seizure, and the dog went off.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it knows before you have it, right?
Right, he knew this, and the dog went off. But that's, you know, listen, people take advantage
of these laws,
things, and they make it bad
for everybody.
The general. Exactly.
Because the rarity of the people who have these dogs are so much so you probably wouldn't. You'd be lucky to see it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them may be veterans with PTSD issues. But guess what we do with PTSD issues? Stay out behind home.
Yep.
And most of the time, the dogs are for what? Picking things up that he can't get to. I have one friend, his dog, when I was in the DC area, he didn't like crowds around him. So the dog would gently push you away from him and make a perimeter.
Oh, wow.
To make him feel safe. But generally, you'd rarely see that. Now, I see it so much, and I'm thinking to myself, is that really? Wow. And if a real veteran showed up, he's going to catch hell. When he has his real animal and he's just trying to go about his day because one store got tired of people coming in with their dog with no vest, no nothing, and the dog might have nipped someone, scratched, jumped on someone.
And then not only that, the store owner can stand to be sued as well for allowing the dog in there. Yeah.
The non-medical dog.
That was my only gray part. So, being that you cannot ask a person what is the purpose of this dog or show papers, let's say that the person say, this is my therapy dog. The dog actually nips someone in someone's business. That business owner could not ask that person if that dog was a legit support dog. So if that dog nips someone, how can they go after the business without the business violating the person's rights? They would definitely have to go.
That's that gray area.
Yeah.
Because what it's called, joint and several liability.
Business owner.
So
listen, I suggest, like they did with this bathroom thing, have your little thing and have it cut off so everybody want a dog go in that little room.
Your dogs go over here. You and your dogs, y'all go over here.
Because the one place that I see that is very well handled is the airport. The airport will not play with you. If they see that dog act out, you're done. They're like, dog isn't trained, not coming on my plane.
Exactly.
And that's the other thing.
Yes,
but if you see a dog and they're not acting
responsibly like they're at work,
then I think you should do it.
But what about people bring ducks and alligators
and
pork belly pigs?
You can have a llama.
Boy, you bring a llama on a plane. Well, I'm about to have
but it ain't even gonna fit. How the hell is it gonna fit on the damn plane?
Well, you let
it ain't even gonna fit. Shoot, mess around and have llama chop for dinner.
You got a dad.
I would actually inform if you look it up, research a llama.
Really?
Yes. It's legal.
Who is going to buy? Were you scared of dogs so you went to get a llama?
Everybody don't like that.
Come on, man. Y'all wildin'.
I wish I would. Because I wish I would get on a plane.
And a whole alpaca looking at you.
You got an alpaca, a duck, a root, any of them.
Just shoot it.
Because I'm about to have some sauteed duck or some fried chicken.
What that did to you?
Ain't nobody got time to be. Have you seen how you gonna train a damn duck to get on an airplane and fly for several hours?
Right.
stroke.
Right,
Stroke.
right.
Shit. No. No. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. But we gonna go ahead and move on.
I'm sorry.
So we ain't got Miss Prime here tonight,
Oh my
so
God.
we ain't got no questions, and T. Roy's not here for his dead ass series. So we gonna move right on into real talk with Miss D. What you got going on?
Okay, so my real talk is a question, and we just going we're gonna discuss the question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think first still exists? Will you date a person who is a virgin? Would you date a person who has not been as knowledgeable in things? Some people quote it as training them.
No.
Training them, okay?
No.
What first haven't you done that you would? Do you think people save themselves certain first? Like I know people that hasn't had oral sex. They've never performed oral sex on anyone, and they say if I do it, it probably only have to be with my husband.
Whole thing.
So like, how would you? What would you? If you
They talk about me. They talk about me.
So, do you think first still exists?
There could be. I mean, we just had the 40-year-old. The 40-year-old virgin. I'm Caribbean. We are very conservative people. So
the men.
No, your family.
No, excuse me, the women.
Yes, no, but your family.
Man,
okay,
No. They conservative around family.
Let me tell you this. Me growing up, I didn't know what self-pleasure was till I was like 19.
But when you found out, what happened?
Son of a gun.
Okay.
That one arm got beat.
That just killed his story. His whole that just killed everything he just said. Conservative.
No, but I'm saying, what I found out was like Americans knew and understood those things younger, so they exploited it earlier. And I'm like, I'm just gonna yank it myself or something. I'm like, no, that ain't not supposed to happen.
How old were you when you first started?
What started what?
Self-satisfaction.
About 19. I was in the military.
So you never thought about it?
I didn't think about it. I didn't know. I'm like, how is that supposed to make the...
So I have a question. This
my God. Okay, yes.
So my next question is, you never had urges before 19? Like a lot of guys.
No, you have everything else every other male have, the wet dreams, the just now noticing women, but it was so conservative, like to the point of like you were afraid to have sex because you're like, if a baby pops out, I am done before a certain age. Mm-hmm. So that fear part was in there. You didn't talk about this at home. It wasn't a thing that was really an issue. You didn't. First orgasm, I didn't know what it was. I'm like,
Lord have mercy.
Something just hit me. Whatever it is, I want you to win.
The first was the same way. Look, I'm gonna run like y'all seen the movie with what the little short comedian name?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart was running through with the socks on, sliding on the floor.
Right.
The first
floor.
Socks on.
Jail.
But I mean, that first was like woohoo. But now, where you are right now in your life, do you have any first left? Like, is there something that you haven't done that you want to experience? And would you date someone who is not as experienced as you are, or virgin?
Yes. Oh no, I'm not dating no virgin. I'm
yes,
sorry. At my age right now,
why would you not date a virgin?
I can't. Because there are certain things I need and require, and I know a virgin ain't gonna be able to do it.
But if they're adventurous, maybe. Not
that first go round, because they're gonna be. First of all, if it's at my age, and I'm dealing with a virgin at my age, and you don't know the basics. Man,
let me tell you, the first time
we gonna need prayer.
A young lady pointed me to that direction. I was like,
"Are you?"
She's like, boy, if you don't stop right, you about to suck out my ovaries and blow it up. I was like, I don't know what is that cake.
You blowing out candles?
No, I was in. I'm trying to blow it up. I thought that's what you do.
Okay. Oh my God. So
I knew I couldn't chew on it.
Everybody at some point had to be taught. Okay, and then from there you continue to learn. I've noticed that guys don't want to date virgins. The majority of them don't want to date a virgin. You know, I'm talking about at this.
Why not someone you can take your time with? And for both of you, it'll be a forward progression in learning and re-exploring that for you and for them, learning something new.
Okay, now, do you think you really gonna be exploring? You think you can be teaching and
no, teaching
what you want?
Well, you exploring for you,
exactly.
teaching for her.
Yeah, no, because basically you at your age and you dealing with a virgin, basically you training them, like you train them damn support dogs. To do.
Why you become a support dog?
No, I'm just saying. Exactly. So that's what you're doing. No, nope.
So why would you be against dating a virgin?
Because you want somebody to experience it.
Look, I've been there. Okay.
You dated a virgin?
I don't know if he was a virgin, but it sure seemed like it. So I'm not. I can't. No. See, I got to turn my fan on. Hold on.
So me, I don't know if I would. I think I would be okay with teaching.
Yes,
because you got that teacher in you.
Here's the thing: when you meet a new person, I think teaching comes into play because you got to teach me how to pleasure you. What do you?
But that's different, though. That's
you know
different.
Something.
Right. Empty. Right.
They have an empty sketch pad.
You look, because when you date somebody, all you gotta do is tweak. You ain't gotta sit up there and do. You don't. No, hold on. You ain't gotta put out a whole syllabus. Look, this is what we gonna do. This is what we learned today. We ain't gotta do.
I got a question for Steve. She's never done oral sex. Would you let her do oral sex on you? Just let her try.
Oh, wait a minute. That's dangerous territory. You get down there and be I'll be climbing up them damn walls with Spider-Man. No, stop.
But, you know, some religions, they do oral sex because it's not considered sex. So, because the woman hymen hasn't been broken, they're still considered virgin.
Like anal sex too, because it's not considered sex.
So they're sex.
Just like that's the data hole.
No.
Sex.
Oral sex.
It's oral sex. It's called oral sex because you having an orgasm.
Are you using your intimate parts? And does it cause you?
Is your mouth intimate? You call it?
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Depending on how you put it into said work.
Yes. So therefore, if you working it like that, yes, that's intimate because you are using it to satisfy parts that are not normally seen in public at all.
On a nudist beach.
Huh?
You seen.
Say what?
On a nudist beach, you seen.
Okay, but you're not doing that on a nudist beach. I mean, you may have some people that's doing it on an orgy beach or something like that, but that's something totally different.
Orgy beach, never heard of it.
I ain't either, but that was just something I just made up. I'm just saying.
Might be get to the island.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
Oh well, actually there is hedonism in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Aruba.
All right. So back to these first. Are there any first? Do you? Being a virgin now, I don't even know if it's a good thing. I don't know. Is being a virgin today a good thing?
I think at our age, I don't think it. I mean,
okay. Let me go here. What's the youngest you would date? 10 years. Don't ask me the age. They're like 10 years younger. So 10 years younger.
Maybe
she's a virgin.
Oh hell no. No.
She's a 10 year. I mean, what's the youngest you would go? From your age, younger, not older, younger. Or would you even date a younger woman?
I'd take you on at 20 if you
oh Lord, have mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
I'm sorry. I went off in the
Yeah, what?
What's the youngest you would date? And if she was a virgin.
Now, let me tell you.
Cause now listen, you a guy, so I'm finna throw the text. You also have a daughter.
Why you keep that?
Because I don't think guys think about that.
No, I do think about that because I've had to deal with that. A daughter praying, I was like, little girl, stop.
Okay.
No.
But 10 years ago, you had to train.
Maybe 10 years. Maybe 10 years.
Do you know? Okay, so y'all engaged. You think she becomes psycho?
Oh yeah, if she's a virgin and she ain't never, and that's her first go at it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't get that. Here's why.
Maybe I shouldn't say psycho.
Because
becomes a little
attached.
Yes.
No, it's not a little attached.
A lot.
That's the one who be like, I bust the windows out the top.
Yep.
So we gonna say a little attached. We call some of my girlfriends, we call it the psycho chick because she started doing stuff that this beyond. Hey, what are you doing?
First of all,
I use that term.
Know where the older person, know where you are in your life.
Okay.
If you are not there and going, this person comes in, they're younger, and you're going, I'm gonna exclusively you and settle down, or it's just I'm dating you and I want to take you through all this, don't do that. Those young people need to go through their own maturing and learning process with people their age.
Exactly.
10 years younger, she ain't striking distance.
You're striking distance, but
still,
I've seen things you haven't, young lady.
Exactly. So.
See it here.
Yeah.
But I've always been the guy that actually liked older women. And the reason, because I've always found them to be no games. They know what they want, know what they like, know what's going on, and it's like, they're very clear.
Yep.
Young women are still trying to figure the world out.
And themselves.
And so it's like, do I want to get involved in that? No. Stay at my age range and above.
All right, so men what?
He's talking about the younger women. So what happened to the younger men?
Look,
you dated one. You say you dated one.
I've dated a couple, and
it was their first.
And was they what? They first.
You was their first?
Hell no. We wasn't.
So you've never been anyone's first?
They had no mommy syndrome.
No, I didn't want to be nobody's first. No, I don't want. No.
I haven't. So do you have any real quick? Do you have anything that you haven't done that you will do? Or you contemplating on doing when you get to that person? Is there something that you haven't done with a person that you will do?
There's one thing.
With that person. Because sometimes you will meet a person and you be like, no, I ain't doing it, I'm not doing it. And then you meet that one person, you be like, oh, I'll do it.
Have you seen?
I have like two firsts.
Have you seen Chips?
Chips.
The new Chips.
No.
Okay. The people out there laughing. I'm still working on figuring that out.
Chips. What channel that come on? Cause I need.
Oh, it's not a channel. It's a movie.
Chips.
Look up Chips. It's based on the old Chips. But it's these cops. But this theme about this one sexual act goes through the whole movie.
I know. I want to try the grapefruit from.
Stop.
Girl.
Never done it.
I'm gonna try that.
Grapefruit.
Yeah, I'm gonna try the grapefruit.
Right.
Anywho, all right, we're gonna move on because we are running way short on time. We're about to get to the little food for thought for this week, and the food for thought goes like this: never put the keys to your success and happiness in somebody else's pocket.
What? Facts.
Okay, don't do
Facts.
it. Don't do it, Sophia. Don't do it.
Facts.
So you hold the key to your success and your happiness. Never give someone else the power to control that over you. Okay? All right?
Or no one to take your keys back.
Girl, okay. No, because my thing is you ain't getting them. Be like,
everybody loaned their keys out at one point. Someone went back and got someone just say, forget it. I'm just gonna get rid of everything and I just get me a whole new whatever.
Yeah.
You keep them keys. I'll get me some more.
Yeah, I ain't never done that. I'm like, I ain't.
You ain't never changed the lock on yours?
Because I ain't never gave him the key. It's like, look, if I'm not home, you can't get in. I'm just sorry.
Oh. What's in there?
Either you sit in the driveway till I get there, or you call me to see when I got home. Either way, but yeah, you ain't got the keys. Nope, haven't done it. All right, so that's it. Keep your own keys, okay? Keep them on your own key. Keep your key and keep your key ring. All right.
There you go,
lock that box.
There you go.
Throw away the damn key.
Clink, clink. All right. With that being said, it's time for the doors of the subscribers. The doors of, well, y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Subscribers.
The door, okay. The doors to the subscribers are now open.
We don't want to hear that.
Okay.
Say it properly.
I just did.
No, you didn't. You thought you was on a 1-900 number.
Damn.
Oh, wow. Really?
Only people of a certain age will get that joke.
Subscribers are now open.
Right.
So come on in the room. Why don't you? Why don't you come? Come on in the room.
Well,
I said, come on in the room. Just hit that subscribe button right there in that corner. You can like, subscribe, and comment in the room. I said, come on in the room. Everybody, come on in the room. Just hit that subscribe button right there in that corner. You can like, subscribe, and comment in the room.
yes, baby.
All right. Want to thank everybody for joining us for tonight. And remember, hold on, y'all, because you know I'm multitasking. Because my so-called producer, I don't know where she at. I think she done fell asleep or something. But anywho, remember, everyone is entitled to their opinion. Never be afraid to express yours. What? I am your girl, Lynn Roberts.
I'm that girl, DC.
And Big C.
Big C. We'll see you next time. Smooches.
Protect your hip right.
Okay.
Don't even try to laugh at all.
No, right?